Welcome to Mindful Me. I'm your host, Dr. Marga, family medicine physician and life coach, practicing medical aesthetics and wellness in Greater Boston, in Needham and Wellesley. This health and wellness show was born out of the needs I saw as a medical doctor. People are curious and are even demanding information and options on how to get healthier and, more importantly, how do we improve our quality of life? And quality of life is simply, how do I feel good from moment to moment, minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day? It's my goal to highlight to you, our viewers at home, the knowledge and experience of various experts from both mainstream and complementary disciplines to inspire action in our communities in the areas of self-care and self-development, physically, mentally, and energetically. Today's guest for another segment of our Stories of Self-Care is Hannah Alcoseba Fernandez. Hannah is a correspondent for the Philippines of Eco Business, a Singapore-based media organization reporting on system sustainability in Asia. Hannah covers stories about energy transition, waste management, and climate justice. Hannah was previously a business reporter and a television correspondent for a news channel in Manila, GMA 7. She spent 3 years in Barcelona, Spain, studying Spanish and writing for a Barcelona Metropolitan, an English-speaking magazine about migrant issues. She worked for Thomson Reuters in Manila before moving to Eco Business. Hannah is most proud of being a wife and mother of 2 beautiful children, the very reason why she works towards a sustainable world. Welcome, Hannah.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Dr. Marga. Happy to be in your show.
Yes, but this is not only the regular show, you're in a special segment that we call Stories of Self-Care. So for the audience, let me explain my vision for Stories of Self-Care, which is that I invite people to give personal testimonies about specific parts, sections, chapters of your life, if you will, where you underwent some shift or change in mindset. And before this show, I think we connected specifically on I would say, your journey in revisiting how your motherhood and your career were melding together.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people, not just women, will benefit from that.
Okay.
Like the marriage of your personal life and your professional life. So that's what I was feeling that somebody out there could benefit from. So first of all, how did you feel, like, what led to you even thinking that you needed some type of change? What was going on in your life?
Okay.
Yeah.
So about 9 years ago, I gave birth to my son, my first child. So I was working in a corporate setting. So I had long hours, and after a few years, I told myself that I wanted a second child. But if that were to happen, I didn't think I could handle 2 children in a kind of a corporate setting. So I was on the lookout for something work from home, because I still wanted to have a career, but at the same time, I really wanted to be more present for my children. I wanted to be as hands-on as I could possibly be. So I didn't just get any work from home job that I could get my hands on. I wanted something that I would at least be in my skill set. So I used to be a journalist, and then I went into corporate, and then for maybe 4 years I was looking around for something work from home until I found this opportunity to be a correspondent for the Philippines for Eco Business. So that would mean it would be work from home. So quite honestly, it wasn't as if I was motivated by the fact that it was journalism. Honestly, it's not as if, oh, my first love, my passion, journalism, nothing like that. It was more of, it's work from home, I get to see my kids, and at the same time, I get to do something that I know that I have the skills for. It was a very practical decision to me. So I took that opportunity, And then I had my second child eventually, as planned. And then, so I left my corporate job, and to show that I was really intent on having something work from home, I was actually about to be promoted. Yeah, but it didn't even excite me. It was more of no money in the world could outweigh the thought of having something more flexible. So I was that decided. I didn't even think twice. So I knew that no, this is really what I wanted. So when I shifted to work from home, first it was hard because coming from corporate, everything's so structured. So I had to adjust. But eventually, I found myself really loving the sustainability space. So I didn't expect that. I just thought, okay, I just be writing and being a journalist again. I did that before, I'll do it again. I thought it's just going to be so secondary. But I found myself really enjoying the space, the kinds of stories that I was writing, and it felt more meaningful because I was able to share them with my children. Topics like climate justice, coal plants destroying communities. I even dragged my son to a rally, a climate rally about fossil fuels. I made him hold like a placard. There is no planet B, stuff like that. And I found that my work was a way for me to also teach my children issues about being taking care of the communities, and not just thinking about yourself, thinking about how we're able to help our communities, help one another. So that's when I knew that okay, I'm really in the right place, because I'm in a position wherein I'm able to take care of my kids, my family. At the same time, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So, journalism, you're not really paid a lot. I think we all know that. We all knew that. Definitely I was earning a bit more in corporate. But I think it's really true what they say, that if you're doing something that you enjoy, providence really just comes. Like, I'm here in the States on a free ticket. I'm here because I'm here for a media fellowship. So it's because of something that I love and I enjoy. Gave my family this opportunity to make this trip. So it's not actual money, but it's a blessing. So, and it's something that I love to do, and I'm able to take care of my family along with it.
That's so lovely. I would like to hear more about this fellowship after the break.
Okay.
So we will continue. Stay tuned.
Are you interested in adopting a dog, puppy, cat, or kitten? The Taunton Animal Shelter helps match pets with their forever families. The Taunton Animal Shelter is a volunteer-based home that has been located on West Water Street in Taunton, Mass. Since the early 90s. The Friends of the Taunton Animal Care Facility's mission is to assist in providing quality pet care and full support to adoptive pets and their families. There are many ways to meet all of the pets who are waiting for homes. You can go to tauntonshelter.petfinder.com, or you can visit the shelter at 821 West Water Street in Taunton. The shelter's visiting hours are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., Fridays 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., and Saturdays 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. If you're not interested in adopting a pet but would still like to help, the shelter is currently in need of disinfectants, bleach, paper towels, laundry detergent, trash bags, dry and canned pet food for kittens, cats, and dogs, and heartworm and flea and tick preventatives. Donations can be dropped off at the Taunton Animal Shelter. For more information on adopting a pet or donating supplies, visit the shelter, go to our website, tauntonshelter.petfinder.com, or give us a call at 508-822-1463. The shelter is very proud of the adoption success that it has had and its ability to add that special animal to local families. Saving one pet will not change the world, but surely the world will change for that one pet.
Welcome back to Mindful Me. Let me share with you a quote of the day. You are worth the quiet moment. You are worth the deeper breaths. And you are worth the time it takes to slow down. Be still and rest. Morgan Harper Nichols. So very apt for our episode for today. So let me recap. On the first portion of the interview, Hannah, what I heard from you was a lot of clarity. A very clear mindset of what was important to you, what your priorities were. However, what I want to dig deeper into is how you came to that clarity. Because usually, that in itself is a journey. Like, was it sometimes a eureka moment? Or did you think several other events in your life led to that certainty?
Okay, so Dr. Marga, it's not that I thought about it happened overnight that I decided that no, I just wanna work from home and take care of my kids. No, it was it took me 4 years to find a suitable work from home job. And during those 4 years, from when also my son was born, I had a hard time driving to work. It wasn't so near. So my son was so clingy. You know, when time for me to go to work, he was clinging on me, telling me not to go home. I think every mom can relate to that when you're trying to get to work, but then your kid is like holding on to you. So many mornings of those scenes, and then it was really exhausting for me to drive to work. And then after work, I'd have to drive back home. When I get back home, my son's already asleep. So a lot of years of that. But at the same time, I didn't just want to leave, it took a long time. And then I knew that I was kind of at my breaking point already when I started suffering anxiety attacks because of the tension, having to balance everything. I was a new mom, and then I had work, and then I wanted to be as hands-on as possible with my son. And then my husband, he works a graveyard shift because he works in the business process outsourcing industry, wherein his clients are in the U.S. So since we're based in Manila, he would adjust to Eastern time. So he was working during the night. So during the day, it would just be myself and my son, and then when I'd go to work, I'd have a nanny. But I had to make all the decisions, everything during the day because my husband would be sleeping. So being a new mom, having to juggle my work and family life kind of took a toll on me. So that's when I started experiencing anxiety attacks. And that was more of the deciding factor. I have this, something has to change, like now. There, so just in time, at around that time when I was having anxiety attacks, and I was going to a psychiatrist to deal with how to deal with it. My work from home job came along, so it was good timing. Things improved since then.
And I love. Did you need somebody to tell you that you could go to a professional to seek out advice, or did you decide yourself?
I think I was really very hesitant to see one, but I had to see one because prior to that, I was experiencing a lot of dizziness, and we were trying to find out what it was, right? So that's another thing. That's also another thing. We found out I had a tumor.
Where?
Right? In my brain.
Oh.
Right? That is it was not malignant. But it could have been it was removed in a non-invasive way.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, so I had to go to the psychiatrist, not really by choice, but I had to. But it was like part of having to find out why I was always dizzy. So I went to all the doctors to find out I was dizzy, and then the neurologist told me it might be anxiety attacks why you're feeling dizzy. So that's why she referred me to a psychiatrist. So it was more of like I had to. Not really by choice.
At this point, I want to affirm you because me being in the field that I'm in, I feel like a lot of people would still ignore those things. But for
True.
me, you're sharing
True.
in this segment, you're sharing how you chose to listen. Like you had physical things going on, emotional things going on, fatigue, right? Again, all of these things, and which is what I really want to say loud and clear to those of us, to those listening at home, that some of these signs, like you said, 4 years, some of these signs can keep on going ignored.
That's true.
Like maybe you have financial priorities, and then health goes down on that
Yeah.
list. But you're showing an example of how vibrant life can be, as expressed with what you were sharing with us. Your profession is blossoming. Your professional life is blossoming. You're actually having fun doing it.
Yeah.
Your parenting is tied to your advocacy.
Yeah.
And you're here on vacation. So go ahead, tell us what you're here for.
No, so on paper, I'm here on a fellowship.
Okay.
So I applied to this media fellowship in Bennington College in Vermont on plastic waste management. So it's one of the issues or topics that I write about for eco-business. Because I write a lot about it, so I suppose they accepted me. So
You're so humble.
There,
Yes,
so-
they accepted you. You're
so
here.
I
You're right here. This
decided
is not a
to-
dream.
So
You're
which
here.
is a big deal. So
It is.
decided that it might be a good idea to bring the family with me and see some friends, some family who I haven't seen since the pandemic. So there.
Sounds so lovely.
Yeah, very exciting.
I'm actually, again, I would love to have you again because I feel like part of the mindfulness that, I put mindfulness in everything, and one of them is ecology and environment. And here, I was reading about this from, I do a lot of self-development courses myself, and one of the things, highest forms of love and compassion is to not only care for the communities at present, first our family, the communities at present, the next generation is like one of the highest levels of our commitment to love and service of others. And your work in the environment, sustainability is exactly that. And I just want the audience to know how special it is to have someone like you speak to them from a very personal standpoint and to share your very strong passion for your advocacy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel like so many people would benefit from your story. A very authentic narration at that. If you'd like
Thank
to
you,
share
Dr.
just like
Marga.
a few words for somebody like you out there, somebody who's driving their car, really busy, feeling like things are not, going their way. If you could just share a quick message.
Well, it's not like I have everything all set for me. I have no problems and everything's easy peasy and everything. But I suppose my compass has actually been, first and foremost, I really just wanted to be a more present mom without sacrificing myself, without sacrificing my career, which I thought was very important, that I wanted to have a career. So I guess if you don't feel that, at least this is from how I was thinking, if I didn't feel that I was getting the most of it, I didn't, this is not what I knew I could do better there. So I just didn't stop to find what could be better. And it was not fast. I mean, it didn't happen like even in a year. I really actively looked for something every single day, always on the lookout. What can I do to make this better? To have what I want. I wanted to be with my kids, my family. At the same time, I wanted to have a career. It took more or less 4 years. I mean, I have it now, much better, but it's still not perfect. So I guess I just always trying to see if how things could be better, and also learning how to be content I also want to say that it's good to be ambitious and wanting more, but also being happy, like taking a step that, hey, oh my God, I've dreamt, maybe 5 years ago, this is what I've dreamt of, and it's here. So being so happy and grateful for whatever small milestones I've achieved.
So this is a show that will keep on repeating that gratitude is everything. And yeah, wise words indeed, balance the ongoing journey. Again, we are so appreciative for your time to include us in your itinerary.
Of course. Yeah.
So thank you everyone for joining us today. This has been another episode of Mindful Me. Please reach out to us for any feedback at mindfulmetv@gmail.com. Thank you for joining.